First off, I just want to say thank you to everybody that contributed and commented, left feedback and suggestions under my most recent community post. I really appreciate all of you, and I have been going through and reading every single one, and you did actually inspire me to start this new video series. So with that said, let's get into today's video. Franky Villani is one of the most unique pro skaters out there right now. His style and his trick selection is just so satisfying to watch, and I personally just gush over this man's skating anytime he posts a clip on Insta or drops a part. So today I'm starting a new series on the channel in which I recreate a selection of clips from my favorite pro skaters video parts in Session Skate Sim. Starting with Franky Villani, and we'll kick things off with one of his older parts, One Big Mess. Okay, so the first couple tricks that we're going to recreate here are on this curved ledge. We got a kickflip no slide to crook, and then we got this back tail kickflip 270 out. I've even tried to match the fit as close as possible, but I came to this ledge here on the Pyramid Ledges map because it kind of has a similar curve. I couldn't really find any ledges that were curved and long enough, but I think this one kind of works. So we want a nice long no slide, but a kind of short crook. You know what? I think that was pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to try and replicate the way it's filmed in the original clip. Okay, cool. So that is our first clip down, and I'm pretty happy with that. And now we're looking at the back tail with the kickflip backside 270 out. We don't want to pop out exactly at the end of the ledge, but we want to pop out kind of in the curve. You know what? I think I'm going to take that one. So it was shot from behind this time. Okay, cool. So there's the first two tricks recreated, and we're going to now move on to another one from the same video, One Big Mess. It's just really nice backsmith, back 360. Okay, I think I've actually decided that the closest spot that we have in the game to this bench got a bit more curve to it, but it's also kind of high enough that we should be able to get a pretty decent backsmith. The Curb de Luxembourg here on the Paris map. I know it doesn't look anything like the actual spot from the clip, but I think the curve is pretty good. And it's, as you can see, it's a bit more curved than the actual Ave bench. Alright, that was actually probably the best backsmith I've got. The filmer is kind of over here looking forward, and okay, so that is all the One Big Mess clips, and now we're going to move on to the next Franky video. The next part we're going to check out is Franky's Alone with My Demons Dickies part, and there's some really good clips in this one, so I'm excited to get recreating, so let's just get straight into it. Okay, so the first clip that I want to recreate from this video is this really quick ledge line, nollie crook to fakie, and then a really nice switch front crook fakie flip out on the same ledge. There's actually ledges in the game that are pretty similar to this one, and they're right here again on the Pyramid Ledges map. And these ledges look very similar to those ones, to be honest. So let's try and get some decent run up from here. So nollie back crook with a 180 out to fakie, and then the switch front crook fakie flip. So like one of these, and then hit this and one of those. Okay. Dude, there we go. It's basically first try. Okay, so this is our first fisheye clip, and it's just a simple kind of following behind. Let's now head on to the second clip we're going to recreate. So we got just a nice back tail kickflip to fakie on this kind of mellow hubba. And we got a couple tricks on this that we're going to recreate. I know I said that it was quite a mellow hubba, but kind of, I think it's just the fisheye kind of distorting it a bit. It does look quite tall. So I honestly think that Hubba Hideout is probably the best hubba for this. Shouldn't take too long to get this one. That seemed pretty good. Okay, so we got this no comply switch 50-50 on the hubba, and then we also have a kickflip crook. Luckily, we have the no comply mod, so we can do a nice no comply 180. Okay, cool. Now let's get a nice kickflip crook on this. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the 417 New Balance par. This was for Franky's shoe release. We got these couple really nice fakie tail slide clips on this out ledge. We got the fakie tail slide 270, fakie tail slide kickflip back to fakie. Now I know that there is a pretty nice and long enough out ledge here on the Philly map. So these ones are pretty good. We don't have the curb at the end, but I think these out ledges are pretty close to the one that Franky was skating. So we're first going for the fakie tail slide 270, which should be easy enough to do, just like that. And let's just check the filming on that one. It's like a nice kind of rolling long lens. Okay, well that one came pretty easy, so now we gotta do the fakie tail slide kickflip back to fakie. Boom! Alright, nice. We're now moving on to the 417 low part, and we're starting things off with this back 50-50 shove it back no slide. I have been looking around for a ledge that's similar to what Franky's skating, but there really isn't one on any of the vanilla maps. But we do have these ledges here, which are flat and then they go down, so they follow pretty much the same kind of structure as that ledge, so I think we'll be able to use these. I think maybe I'll use this one because it's actually a little bit straighter. I think that might be the one. Okay, so I left the fun ones to last. We got this kickflip body varial over the street gap, and then that's followed up by this switch heel body varial over the same gap. There's a gap that I have in mind here, which is on the San Francisco map, which is this street gap right here, which I think should look pretty good. So first things first, we got to do a kickflip body varial, which if you're wondering how to do body varial tricks, you're going to have to add a shove in there. So in this case, I'll do a varial flip input and then just turn frontside 180. There. I say we could probably pop it a little bit higher. Okay, that one felt pretty good. Okay, so now it's a switch heel body varial, so I'm going to do a varial heel, but then turn backside. This one's definitely a little trickier to get, but we should be able to get it. That one felt a little bit better. Okay, well that is it. That is all the clips that I wanted to recreated. Now, I don't know how well I done. This could be terrible. You guys can let me know how well I did. I'll definitely get you guys to drop some suggestions of pros that you want to see me recreate clips from. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate that. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.